So let's finish this up. What up, good people? It's your boy BTG, aka Bust Them Guns. Back at you with another review. As you can see from the title, this one's about troubleshooting. So let's get the housekeeping out of the way. This video is definitely for educational purposes only. We are in a safe and controlled environment. We're not selling any firearms, nor are we selling any accessories. And this is strictly troubleshooting measures to help your firearm run reliably. So we're not enhancing any firearms. We're not changing any internals to change the fire mechanism. We're just strictly troubleshooting for reliability. So if you got that out of the way, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Appreciate the support. Appreciate if you hit that subscribe button. We'd like for you to hang around. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back to the channel. And I definitely appreciate that support. So the numbers are getting better, but we still have quite a few return viewers that are not subscribers. So if you enjoy the content, hit that subscribe button, show us some love so that it can reflect in the numbers. So let's get to the video. So this vehicle here, it's about one of our AR pistols on the channel. This here is our 7-inch AR pistol. Weapon is clear. So there, magazine back in for aesthetics. And this is a 28 round YouTube compliant magazine. So this is our 7-inch 5.56. I reviewed this on the channel, I guess it's been about 3 months ago. Did a tabletop as well as a range review on it. Didn't really have any issues with it, but I did notice at the time that it seemed to be putting off an excess amount of gas. So that was just something that I took mental note of. We did have on here the Barking Spider for a muzzle. So I was figuring that played a part in it, but had just kind of put it aside and not really got to it. But in between that time, I had it out, and the ejector pin broke. So while it was sitting waiting on the ejector pin, I decided to do some changes. Got a couple of parts, and it kind of went from there. So the issue I'm having with this bad boy is that it's throwing light primer strikes. So it's cycling, fires around, puts a neck round in there, but it's barely striking the primer. So light primer strikes, you can rack it, goes in, it'll fire or it may not fire, but when it doesn't fire, it's just light primer strikes. And sometimes it's not going all the way in the battery. So I wasn't sure exactly what it was, but I know I had changed the buffer on this bad boy. So as not to over explain, let's jump out to the range. I've got some footage of it just to show you what it was doing, show you how it was cycling, and then we'll come back in and we'll discuss it further. So let's jump out to the range real quick. So we're out here with this AR. We had an issue. We had the Barking Spider on the end, and it seemed to be over gassing, so it wasn't cycling. So we took that off, put the bearing cage back on, and we're just going to run it and see if it cycles properly. Okay, let's go. Another light primer strike. Another light primer strike. Back. Yeah, it felt a little weird, but so we're going to leave it there. All right, great. So you can see what it's doing is pretty much what I explained. You get a round off, go to fire again, and you're getting the click. So played with it a while, ran through some rounds, but it just kept repeating that issue. So I knew I had changed the buffer in this bad boy. I went to a different buffer system. So let me change the camera around so we can go to tabletop, and we'll kind of discuss the buffer and go over what I got. Okay, so this is what we're working with. In this bad boy, I swapped the buffer for the armor spec. This here's the stealth recoil spring. It's a dual spring system that just replaces the buffer in there, and it comes as a kit. This one comes as a kit. This is the Gen 4, so you get 2 additional weights that you can swap out. You got H2, H3, and one is their C version, which is the lightest one, and that's how it comes out. So this is what I put in there, and that's what it was running when I was having the issue. So it's a nice system. It gets rid of that spring sound. I like it. This bad boy is pretty tight, but this is what I was working with. So I changed this out, had this in there. I was running this. I had changed the barking spider off, and did just have the bird cage on there. So I figured that would kill the gas issue, and it did. It solved the gas issue, so no longer a gas issue. This barking spider, this is a baffle type system. So you got to open here, you got another threaded item here, and then you got a cone in there, kind of a baffle type setup. So it's not letting enough of that pressure out of there for this bad boy to run clean. It runs, but it gas as if you're shooting a suppressor. It doesn't kill the sound, doesn't kill the noise, so you're really just gassing yourself for no reason. So had it on there a while, but obviously it was becoming an issue because one magazine in and the weapon is dirty. That's how much gas it was putting off. So I took that off. This is probably good for full-size rifles, but for these compact 5.56 ARs, it's already putting off a lot of pressure to begin with, so you really don't need anything restricting the pressure. So off with the barking spider. I'll hold on to that. May put it on a rifle at some point, but we're not running it on this anymore. So back to the buffer. So with this buffer, I had the issues, so I say, well, maybe it needs more weight. So I swapped the weight out, put one of the different weights on there, went back to the range, and ran this bad boy again to see how it would cycle, and ended up having the same issue. Same light primer strike, same light primer strikes. So it obviously wasn't the buffer. So let's jump out there, a couple of rounds of that. You can see same issue, and we'll come back in. All right, good people. It's your boy BTG. We're back out here with this 5.56, doing some testing. Had some light primer strike issues, and it wasn't cycling properly. So we switched up a couple of things. We're going to run it and see if it's going to act right. So let's go here. So far, so good. Okay. She's kicking fire. Okay, I think she might be right. Okay, I think we're on. Got there. Another light primer strike. Let's see where we at. All right, so we still rolling. We got one light primer strike. So let's run the rest of this magazine. Well, there's something happening with this bad boy. I can't figure out what it is. It is chambering around, but it is not getting up on it. Bad boy's got a new bolt in it. I don't even know if it grabbed that round. Yeah, so it's not going all the way in the battery. It's bouncing back. I don't know if it's going in and bouncing back out. Right. One of the main changes on here is we added that armor spec sound mitigating buffer. So we might just go back with the other buffer on this bad boy. and just see what response we get. All right, so as you can see, this bad boy is having the same issue. So, but this time I took my other buffer with me, just a regular buffer. The regular buffer and spring, I had that with me. So I swapped that out to see if the buffer was the issue. And once I swapped that out, this bad boy ran fine. So obviously it was the buffer. It's two different types. This one here's the SRS Stealth Recall Spring. This one here is the Gen 3 model, and this one's called the SBM, Sound Mitigating Buffer. Also Armor Spec. This is the one that I bought for my AR-47. So this is 7.62x3.9. That's what I run in here. And I didn't have any issues out of this one. This is the Gen 3. I thought for this one, I tried a Gen 4, you know, should have been better, but obviously it's not. This system is not working. This spring, just to check them, this bad boy here with this dual spring system is much tighter than this Gen 3. So this is an H3. This one you just have to pick your weight when you order it. If you want H2, you order H2. They make them for the big bores. So this is just an H3 here. And this one has been no issue here. I didn't have it with me, or I would have swapped this out at the range to see if it would run with this one. I didn't think to bring it. So I will take it out next time and try this in there just to see if it'll run with that. If it'll run with this, then I'll just order another one of these and put in here. Because I do like the idea of getting rid of that spring sound. And it did help with mitigation, because the AR-47, the recall is minimal to be a 7.62x3.9. But back to this here. This bad boy, I will hold on to it, but it may have a use somewhere. Could just be finicky to this 5.56. I don't know, but I'll hold on to it. Let's jump back out to the range. I put the regular spring in here, and I ran a full magazine through this bad boy with no issue. So let's catch that footage, then we'll come back in and we'll wrap up. So we put the other buffer back in this bad boy, the regular buffer. And let's see. Might be it. Okay. That might be our issue. Let's run some more. That rail come from. Stick that in here. All right. Let's run this magazine. Bad boy throwing a mean ass fireball off here. So I think the issue is the sound mitigating buffer here. So let's finish this up. Alright, so we're in business. We're gonna rock with that. So we're gonna put this bad boy away. We know that's our issue, so we're good to go there. All right, so welcome back. So as you can see, that did the trick. This bad boy ran, no problem. That last magazine ran all rounds, no issues, no light primer strikes. So moral of the story, don't be afraid to troubleshoot, kind of undo what you did. Sometimes these firearms is like tuning the car. If you change too much out at one time, if it don't go right, you don't know which direction to look. So take your time as you're doing options. I did put on here now, I've got just a linear comp on here, and that's how I'm going to run it. I'll leave it like that, and that's cool. And this bad boy, I'll run it with the Gen 3 the next time I'm out, and I'll catch that footage. If that works fine, then that's what we'll go with for this. But that's pretty much it. I just wanted to put that video out there in case anybody else was having issues with that spring system or a similar issue. It can help them out. Because I played around with this bad boy for a while, and it kind of gave me the business for a minute there. And I just had to, you know, calm down and backtrack and undo what I did. But that's pretty much it. It's your boy BTG, aka Bust Them Guns. Check me out on the other platforms at Bust Them Guns on Instagram, Facebook, as well as Rumble. Hit that subscribe button if you hung around to the end. I appreciate it. And we're going to continue to grow and keep bringing you these videos. Holla.